her grooming session before this. Normally she doesn't like to stand still, but she stood really well for me. I picked up all 4 feet. It took a second for her to stand still for me to pick up her back left hoof, but she was very good once I got it up. This is the back corner of the arena. Normally I do it in the front corner, but there's no grass here for her to be tempted to munch on. So that's why I'm staying in this area. Today I'm just going to do a little bit of lunging with her, and a walk and a trot, working on getting her mind with me. A couple of other little maneuvers I've been teaching her, and then I'm going to try to sit on her again. So on Monday night I actually did sit on Sone. She was very good for it. I let her eat grass while I was doing it. I'm going to do that without any grass to distract her this time. So we'll see how it goes. Keep your fingers crossed for me. And let's get this started. So I'm not really sure how much of the corner this the camera lens is catching right now, but I'm going to just try to do small circles in this corner. So I am using vocal commands with her too. So back, back, back. Good girl. We're going to start by going. Yeah, she's still working on. There, good girl. We're still working on her turning. Walk on. So that looks okay. She's not even looking close to me. She wanders enough there. I'm going to threaten to. You probably didn't catch it on the screen. Walk on. Walk on. Walk on. Good girl. I don't know if you caught that on the screen, but every time she gets super counterbent, I move behind her and kind of whack her side with the rope a bit. Walk on. Because that'll help get her back centered with me. I know it's kind of a drastic measure, but that was really nice. Good girl. It was very nice. It's kind of a drastic measure to whack them with the rope a bit, but she gets so lost sometimes that I do have to take that measure. Good girl. Good girl. Alright. I'm going to go a little bit in the other direction. She's being very chill right now. While she is chill, she's still taking good looks. Good girl. Outside of the pen here. As you can see, I offered to do it right there. Walk on. But I did not do it. She put her attention back on me. Here, she's a little lost, so there's a bit of a whack right there. Good girl. Walk on. Walk on. Good girl. So when she does get as countervent as she did right there, I'm going to do that to get her attention back. Good girl. Now, trot, trot. Walk on. Trot. 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 Good girl. Trot. Trot. Good girl. One. So it's a very short trot right there that I did. Coming back to camera range. It's a very short trot that I did right there. Normally I would do something longer, but she's still learning the whole trot thing while being led, especially in the big arena like this. So the trot, I'm taking slow steps. As soon as she does it, I reward her, and I'm going to try really hard to slow her down before she thinks to slow down. So, she's feeling kind of lazy today. I know why, is because I had Calypso and Dreamer out for a lesson earlier today, and every time I take them out, she's just running around like crazy horse out in the pen for the whole hour that they're out, hour and a half actually. So she's gonna be a little tired out, but that's good for when I hop on her. But she's really with me right now, so honestly I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna do too much more for lunging, even though she's not trotting the way I would like to see her trot. But I'm gonna do some of those other maneuvers I was mentioning. So this one's good for balance, for their mind. It's good for reins when you get reins on them. I've done this a couple times with her now. You put the rope over and you have to get them to turn away from you. Some horses really struggle with the fact I can't talk, I'm sorry. Some horses really struggle with the idea of turning away from you. She did a little bit. I think it was on this side I'm about to turn her on, but she's gotten a lot better. This is probably the third or fourth time I've done this with her. I started around her behind. It's good for me to do that too, to get her used to feeling the rope back there. But now I've got it around her withers because the feeling's a little bit different there. And once she starts wearing a saddle, I'll be doing it around the saddle, and that will feel different for her too. But I'm going to pull it until all the tension's gone. I want her to be able to turn away from me. You can see that resistance. Good girl. There, that's exactly what you want. Good job. Good. That was a very slow, very relaxed turn right there. A very nice one from her. Good girl. Now I'm going to do the same thing from the other side, which she's completely ready for. Yeah, this mare has the smarts, that's for sure. But she's gotten very good for that. I'm going to do one more from this side to see if she will. She is good for it. So we'll see if she's got any resistance to her. She does have distractions right now, so I'm going to keep pulling. Good girl. Good girl. You want them to be able to swing all the way around like that. Good girl. And actually, that was really nice. I don't know if you would have caught that, but while she was turning, she was yielding her hindquarters to turn around her, and then she turned her shoulders towards me after the end, almost like a little bit of an on-ground rigmarole, which rigmaroles will work through once I'm in the saddle on her more. But that was really nice. She got distracted by the neighbors' houses, things like that. Typical. She gets distracted pretty easily, but right now she's very, very with me at the moment. Chewing on something in her mouth. I think I might get her teeth checked. She's doing funny things with her teeth lately, but so that looks really good. Now I'm going to do a little bit of the hindquarters and shoulder yielding, which I've been doing briefly with her. She's very good for the hindquarters. Still learning with the shoulders, but just like any horse and every horse I've worked with, it's so much easier for them to move the hindquarters than it is the shoulders. So I don't want her to walk away from me here. Good girl. No. I want her to think she can stand still. She's going to keep walking. I want her to just stand still. Good. No. Good girl. Good. So I'm going to move her back this way. So what I'm going to do is right here you should get a good view of it. But what I'm doing is I'm actually going to use the same spots on her as I will when I'm riding her for doing this yielding. So with her yielding her hind end, I'm going to apply pressure back here, closer to her flank. She does have a really long body, so I'm not going to do it all the way back here, but probably like right here. Her shoulders, I'll be applying pressure right here. So I am using, like I said, I'm using both cues on her too. I'm not going to do it as strictly as I am with Hangruin, but so for her hind end, I'm going to get, for preparation, she's doing it before I even ask. Trying to keep it to where her head can turn towards you, and I'm going to press my fingers here and say hind, hind, hind. Good girl. Apply bigger pressure until she can move it around like that. So start small with your pressure and then build it up as you go. So get her attention back, good girl. Hind, hind. That was a really nice step right there. Good girl. So I'm going to come on the other side. Hind, hind, hind. Good girl. That was very nice. Yeah. Good girl. So she's very good with the hind, like I said. Super easy to do that. It's a very easy thing to teach a horse because they're already naturally inclined to doing that. But it's teaching them to shift their weight back on their hind feet and move their shoulders over that they struggle with a little bit more. So thankfully, she's not that bad at it. She's pretty good. So we'll do a bit of that. What I want to do is just get her to move her shoulders over, preferably cross her front leg over her other leg, front leg, and not walk forward afterwards. I want her to just take one step over. Her struggle mostly with this has been trying to walk forward after I've asked her to move her shoulder over. But so I'm going to just work on that, see if I can get her to just take those steps without trying to barge forward afterwards. So this way, I'm going to apply the pressure and say 4. Actually, I'm going to, there, good girl. So 4, 4. I am going to turn her head this way. 4. Good girl. So that was a very small crossover right there, but that was actually very beautiful at the same time. So I don't know if you can see that, but her front leg mildly kind of like stepped in front of the other one. And that's when you know their shoulder is moved instead of their hind end. So again, I don't want her to walk away from me here. Good girl. I'm going to go on her other side. Do the same thing from this side. So kind of push her over. Say 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Good girl. Crossed her leg over right there. I was probably standing in front of her so you couldn't see it, but that was much better. I was just increasing the pressure. I'm going to start soft and then just make it harder and harder. I'm really only using 2 fingers and poking her. Back. To get used to that feeling, because that's exactly what I'll be doing with my heels, is just gently pressing. Yeah, you don't need to do that until she moves her forehand over. So that was very stuck move over. I'm going to try to do it one more time here. So I go 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Good. So kind of stepped on herself there, but she moved her shoulders over instead of something else. And she didn't walk forward, which is what I want to see. That was very good. I'm going to come on the other side and have her move back towards you straight with the camera. Back. Good girl. You can see she gets very frustrated with that side. So 4, 4, good. Good. That was a beautiful step right there. Good girl. I will take that one. You probably saw that one really nicely on the camera. She stepped beautifully for me, and she didn't try to walk off. You can see her way of showing agitation. She's tossing her nose. She's still learning what I'm asking her. So every time, you always want to make sure, once they do, the moment they do that thing you wanted them to do, you release the pressure you've got, and then reward them with her, it's saying, good girl, giving her pets. But that looks really good. So good, I'm going to let her be with that one. And then I'm going to move on to trying to sit on her. And use these panels right back here in this corner. So you should get a pretty good view of it. She's already really good for the mount cue, sidling up alongside the fence. Hopefully soon, I believe not this weekend, but the one afterwards, I'll be going and hopefully getting a mounting block. So I'll be working with a mounting block as well for that cue. But we will be working on it from the fence with no grass to distract her once I sit up on her back. So let's see how it goes. She's super chill right now though, so I have my hopes up. I'm going to get my position up here on the fence. Get a nice seat up here. So she's not a super tall horse. She's like 14.2, 14.3 hands. This is kind of high up. But right before I hop on her, I do put my feet down on the lowest one and then swing my leg over, which worked really well for me last time. So we're going to start by just doing it in the direction I have been doing it in. So I don't want her doing that, but the cue, as I did with the video on hang growing, with this is applying that pressure, popping it up until she can figure it out. Good girl. Have her swing her butt around. I want her to keep going. I said she's better, and now she's showing me up for it, isn't she? Gonna do this until she can get the cue right. Good girl. That was one step, but I'll reward it because she got what I wanted. Nope, I don't want you to do that. Good girl. So she's not perfectly lined up with the fence, but it's close. But I'll take it. She's lining herself up as she comes forward. Like I said, I've already done this with her a couple times. I'm sorry I didn't film the first few times I did do it with her. It's just been a crazy, hectic few weeks. So Have her step forward a step or so. She's got something worrying her right now, so I'm gonna let her hash it out before I decide to do anything crazy. Use that electric fence behind us. So I'm gonna let her look. So we do have the bees over in that corner, and the fence is electric, so she's hearing that tick right now. Good girl. You can see the worry came up in her. She's got her head up, she's flaring her nostrils. She's very intent on it. Just gonna let her figure it out. Let her calm down a bit. Good girl. Good. I'll take that as a sort of let go for her, and I'm going to ask her to get back in position. Don't want her head butt me while I'm asking this. Okay, well, I guess we're asking this cue again, so I'm going to ask her to turn all the way around. Or not, she just went back there. So, good girl. I want you to move your back end too. So, once she gets more used to my... She gets a little more used to my cues for behind. Easier to beat up, but she's lined up right now. She's not as close to the fence as I'd like her to be. I'll take it. I'm not going to hop on her this time. I want to switch the rope back around her head. And there, as soon as she moves around again, the cue is to send her right back around until she's lined up with the fence again. Good. Again, that's not exactly what I want. I want her hind end to go all the way over. Send this rope a little bit to kind of give her the idea. So, kind of send her a reminder with a bit of a slap of the rope here. But this isn't a game, this is work. She's got to listen to me here. Keep bumping up here. She's fighting it. I'm going to pull her this way. Good girl. Let's see if she can swing her butt around. Good girl. That was much better right there. See, she's got a lick and chew. She's thinking about that. She saw how I let go of the pressure as soon as she did that. And now she's lined up perfectly with the fence. So I will take that. Good job, Sone. Good girl. So since she has such a short attention span, get her to move forward a step, another step. Good girl. You don't want her to barge right through into the position. You want to pet her, get her nice and rubbed over, just because you want her to be super comfortable with the feeling of you being up here. It's a new feeling, feeling things on either side of them. Good girl. I don't want her to do that, so good girl. Hey, thank you. Good girl. So now I'm going to let her get this feeling. And now, I don't have any reins because she doesn't do reins yet. All I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on her, and if she were to try to walk away, I'd pull the or do anything crazy, just pull the rope around and have her turn in really sharp circles and mount in the safest way possible. So, this is her impatience shining through. Have her take a step forward. Good girl. Gonna rub my foot over. I'd love it if she'd turn around and look at it, but she is not at the moment. I don't want her doing this. Good. If she backs up, I'm going to pull her back forward. And if she moves her butt like that, we go all the way back to the beginning. Now, good girl. See how quickly this mare learns? It's amazing. Good job. Good. I like this right here. She's calm. She's standing still. The pawing is something I've been trying to discourage, and she's doing it less and less, but this is something she's still doing it with. I am going to step down to the bottom one. Carefully, you don't want to fall on top of your horse. And work on getting my foot over her, letting her feel this. She's still a little too far back, so I'm going to have her step forward once. And now, I've got a hand on the fence, so if she bulldozes off, I will literally not be on her anymore. I'm just letting her feel this, letting her sniff it, shifting closer. She can feel me now, sitting on her a bit. I'm still holding on to this fence. If she moves, we're gonna get her right back into her position again. So, back into position. Yeah, this is a little awkward for me, because this fence, sitting up here on the fence is not super easy, but good girl. It's better than nothing. The mounting block will help a lot once I get hold of it. Good girl. So then also it's nice using these cowgirl boots because the heels will hook onto the fence really well for me to stay on it pretty good. So I want her to step forward again. Good. These are really nice small steps for her. Want one more step. She's looking at her buddies. Want one more step from her. Not a pawing step. There. Alright, now I'm going to get my leg over her again. Let her kind of feel it. I don't want her backing up. If she does, I'm going to send her forward. Good girl. She can really feel this. I'm going to switch my boot over. Here. There. Now I'm sitting on her. I don't want her walking off. So I've got this. Now I'm not holding on to the fence anymore. This looks really nice right now. If she does move, I've got this rope. So like I said, I'll just turn her in a little circle. Good girl. See if I can get her to stand still. Good girl. This is really nice. She does not feel tense or upset. She doesn't seem very upset with me being up here. She's super chill right now. It's a little scary when they move off like that because it is the first time she's really moving with someone sitting on her back. But she is standing really nicely right now, so I'm going to dismount from the other side. Good girl. So she can get used to both sides. That was really, really nice. See, she walked. All I did was pull on that. She turned in obedient circles. She didn't fight. And she stopped. She put her head down and relaxed. That was really, really nice for her. Very exciting getting on a Mustang. Never been ridden. You've done all the work with them. And for the first time, it can be a little scary, but that was awesome. I haven't done much of her walking up on the fence from the other side, but we could work on that a little bit too. I don't want to overexhaust this and get her impatient because I know she is. She's kind of still got a bit of a baby brain because she's only 5. But we can try to get her to come on this side. Good girl. She thinks I'm asking her to still mount up this way. Yeah, you can do the other side, right? This is the side that horses don't generally like. So good girl. She only took one step with her hind end, but I'm going to reward that. So I'm still going to bump her and ask her, hey, can you move that over? Can you move over? Good girl. This is, like I said, struggling side right here. Any horse, it's not just her. I'm going to just let her apply the pressure upwards. Oh, good girl. Good job. Good girl. She's going to rub her head on me. That's what she likes to do. Good girl. So she's not lined up with the fence like I'd need her to if I were to get on her, but like I said, this is the first time doing it from this direction, so I'm happy with it. I'll take her, give her her chance to think it through, and now I'm going to send her off again. No. She thinks I'm asking the other way, but I'm asking this direction. Good girl. Ooh, good girl. I want you to move a bit more, though. I need her to move her butt more just alongside the fence. She's trying to figure it out. Good girl. I want her to turn her behind all the way, though, before I release this pressure again. There's another step, so it wasn't all the way, but she took one more step with her hind end than she did last time. So I'm taking it. I'm going to bring her forward. We'll see if she lines up with this. She's a little far away for me to mount, but I'm still going to rub on her real good. A lot of people teach their horses that they'll only mount from one side. I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to go back because she moved her hind end. I'm going to ask her to see if she can move her butt a little more. A little more. We're almost there. Good. Okay, so she moved her front end, but she got closer to the fence. I'm going to take that. Good job. Good job. Alright. We've got a motorcycle pulling into the driveway. I'm going to let her take a minute to look at it. Don't want her to get worried at all. Good girl. Yeah, what is that? When you're always, whenever you're doing something like this where it could be in danger, you always want to make sure your surroundings are something, in your surroundings, you're in a safe place, because if something like that happens, that could spook her. Ooh, that was good. She didn't turn her behind all the way, but she's distracted right now. You'll never want to get on one, like the first or second or third time. Good girl. She moved over, but I'm going to just let her think this through. I'm going to hide in the shade of my legs, huh? Just going to let her look at this. If she doesn't want to look at it, then I'm going to ask her to go back and into that position. Good girl. I want her to move her behind all the way over. See if maybe swinging the lead rope closer to her will help her move it over. Good girl. Good. This is also good desensitization. Good girl. You can do it. There you go. There. There. She took more steps over that time. That was better. Good job. Alright. I'm not going to mount her from this side because she's got a little more worries now to worry about. So once again, if she moves her hind end, she's got to go all the way back around to do it. So that was much better, a lot quicker. Have her come forward. Now I'm just going to reach over and rub her real good from this side. But not off the ground just because my butt is getting sore. So I'm going to take that, call that good for her. I'm going to mount her one more time from the other side, but I'm not going to videotape it because I'm going to get a picture, a between the ears photo of it. And that'll be it for today. So she's done really well. No freaking out at all. First time getting on her from on the fence, so really happy with her there. Thanks for watching.